And if you are a credit guy, I should be coming to you for credit
Man, I know
information.
more than one thing though, bro.
Yeah, you may know more, but are you an expert in more than one
Absolutely
thing?
not an
And
expert.
that becomes the problem. Whereas you have people who are positioning themselves in front of thousands of people as an authority in a particular space, and because you're popular, you can promote something to people and it goes viral, and that becomes the biggest problem. Like you said before, people don't know me, so guess what? People like yourself, they know you. You should give platforms to people who do know what they're talking about, so that we can
Exactly why you're here today.
so that people can have and make informed decisions about what they're doing. Because again, that's one of the biggest problems with the internet. All you need is a Lambo. All you need is, some cool pictures, cool non-pictures, even if it's rented, even if it's in an Airbnb, and all of a sudden you're a guru in a particular, whether it's Airbnb, whether it's Toro, whatever the case
You
may
took
be.
off that collar shirt, put that Dior on, they start following you, didn't they?
Nah, I still have about the same amount of followers.
Nah, bullshit, man. You got a whole different what's the name now, dog.
Nah, same amount of followers.
Shit, nah, bro. You took off that collar shirt. You put that Dior on.
I'm
there,
still
boy.
stuck at 26,000.
But
I
it's
ain't
a
budged
different.
yet.
It's a different people. See, I ain't talking about the fact that. See, people gonna look at you different just based off how in our community for sure, based off your
Facts.
appearance.
Facts.
If you got on the collar, you look like they're gonna say you a lame or a cornball or whatever. They ain't really trying to hear you. And that's not everybody, right? We do have people that are intelligent. They make intelligent decisions, but we got a popularity influence is like what dominates the culture right now. And if you notice, like, that's why people use a lot of the hip hop artists when it comes to NFTs and things like that, because they obviously have so much influence. They can come in and talk about something. They have no knowledge or expertise in the field, yet because they are popular, people are going to draw to it. And, one of the things I wanted to do is first and foremost, like every time I bring you up here, I like to do it because I highlight just how good you are in this space. I invest with you personally, made money with you. And I know from a credibility standpoint, when you talk about this shit, you're extremely knowledgeable. And we have these talks offline all the time. So I know some of y'all might be in the comments like, oh shit, Tony said, he said Eli told Tony. But no, he's real. Like, my expertise isn't crypto. And, when I call this guy at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock at night, this is the stuff he's doing. Like, he's immersed in it. From building networks and
Running validator nodes, everything.
all these different things. There's like, he's actually in it, and I know that. And there's a lot of people who get on the platform. They got a big platform, and they talk about these assets as if they're familiar with it, and then people get screwed over. And we're looking at times right now where the biggest thing for us is like the bull market's gone, right? So now all these people are looking at the crypto market, and they're trying to figure out, hey, look, was it a scam? Is this something that, I knew it from the beginning? Like, I look at Aquanundrum. I see her all the time, and like, she's always got see, I told you so. Aquanundrum, I show you love. It's all love, but she's always like she's the crypto pessimist. Like, every time she sees like a negative report on crypto, she kind of highlights that fact that like, hey, I told you guys that was a scam, or it was like you're going to lose your money. So now that we're in this bull market, right, and there's so much of this pessimistic view from many people from, hey, man, I put in money and I lost all my money, or I lost a significant piece of my money. What are you telling people as far as how they position themselves in the market? What should they be doing as far as knowledge base? And then do you feel like this market is going to recover? How long?
So just kind of touching on a few different things that you brought up right there. The number one is whether or not you think this technology is real or not doesn't matter. It's going to happen with or without you. People used to think that credit cards were a scam when they first came out. I don't trust my money being on this piece of card. I remember there was a time when you couldn't be on the phone and use your internet at the same time. There was a time when you had a phone and people would say, call me after 9 when my minutes are free. And over time, guess what happened? Technology kept evolving and getting better. Right, so
they had long distance. Me and Nicole was talking about that. You remember you had you could be in the same state and had to dial long distance.
Yeah, so the same thing is going to happen with crypto over time. It's going to get better regulations, better user interfaces. Going back to the whole idea about like public keys and private keys is going to be much easier to manage these things. Technology evolves over time, and I think that that's one of the biggest problems. Again, going back to like just the way that the internet is structured and the algorithms are designed, Some people are pessimistic just for the sake of being pessimistic because they know that it's going to drive traffic, right? But they're not really trying to be pessimistic from the standpoint of trying to understand. Because if you truly was trying to understand, you would bring people on your platform that would help you understand. But again, there's people who like to pick a side. Some people that like to pretend to be the authority, and other people want to be the pessimist. What I will say to you is, again, we're going through different cycles with this technology. So will crypto come back? Absolutely. I've been involved in crypto since 2012. I watched Bitcoin go from $15 to 100, crash back down to 10, go up to 300, crash back down to 50, and now here we are. We're looking at Bitcoin at $16,000 a day, and we're saying to ourselves, "Oh my God, is it a scam?" Yeah, if you got in at 60,000 and you're underwater, absolutely, you'll feel that way. But understand that if you hold your assets, you're averaging into different, coins, and you know what you own and why you own it, you'll definitely be able to see this through for the long term. Now, when we look at what's happening from a macro perspective, it's not just like crypto's the only thing that's going down. Stocks are going down as well. Real estate's going down as well. Why? Because at the end of the day, we were in almost a 12-year bull market. The Fed had interest rates at near 0%. Everything plus the kitchen sink went up in value. Now we have the inverse happening. The Fed is raising interest rates, trying to fight inflation. The dollar's getting stronger. So obviously, if your currency in which these assets are valued in is appreciating, then naturally these assets are going to go down in value. You have to have a long-term view of what you're owning and what is really happening here. Because when we look at all equities across the board globally, stocks I'm talking about for those who don't know, at the peak, they were valued at almost $100 trillion globally. Crypto at its peak was valued at what, 1.7 trillion? It is a baby when you understand in the grand scheme of things where we're trying to go with this. So yes, you're going to have a lot of volatility. Yes, you're going to have a lot of people who are at the end of the day slapping blockchain on something and calling it a cryptocurrency. But over time, as more and more people become educated in the space, as better people come and create better technology, the technology is going to evolve, and we're going to start getting more user-based applications where you're not investing in something because Tony said buy it or Eli said buy it. You're investing in it because Apple's actually building on top of this technology. And that's what we're going to get to at a certain point where you're going to start to see a lot of corporations and governments start building on top of many of these different blockchains because the technology has real use cases in terms of being open and transparent and also handling data.